I've observed businesses. I know what business is. I have businesses all over. Businesses that are fighting to compete, they never last. There's no sustainability. You know why I'm saying that? A business that is built based on internal recovery, the business that is built based on its own views, not affected by anything, but its own views based on maybe the founder. Just like, yeah, let me just make an example with mining. You are in mining and other people are competing to make obviously profit. They look at how much are you digging, how much are you doing all this stuff. When are you looking at it from a perspective of what can I actually do with this coal? What is God telling me with this product that I have? What is actually my vision without cutting the noise that is happening around? What do I actually think? Not what people think. What do I think when I see it, when I look at this product? Often you will understand, you'll get to a point where you start even have crazy ideas. Or like this coal, other people can make what they can. There's few things you can make from coal, but what if you think you can make what? What if you can make a steel from coal? I'm just making that example out of nowhere. And then you think of something like that. And then as you move forward, obviously, you do your own experiments, because it's like you're trying to explore everything that can come out of this. And then you do as much as you can to make sure that you pursue it how you view it. You understand? Automatically, if that idea comes into light, you've killed all the competitors. It's like you've opened a new market that people don't even know exists. I don't know if I'm talking crap, but you get what I'm saying. The problem is that what I see with many business individuals, they follow the trend. They follow what's popular. They follow everything that is nice. And it's not like they don't have ideas. Some they do have ideas, but they just don't trust God that much, because how is God communicating with them? God is communicating with them through them thinking, and they don't definitely implement those ideas. How many of you have been in a business to a point where you knew you want to do something, but you can't do it yourself, but you can't do it, you can't do it? Because why? Majority of people are doing a certain type of a thing in this field, and most people are going to them. How many people will do that? How many of you will actually form a business, not care about whether it makes profit or not, and pursue it personally, knowing that what you're working towards is something that is different from everyone else's? How many of you can do that? From as far as I know, those are the businesses that last for a long time. Built on something concrete, not built on businesses that are built on competition type of business. They don't last. That's one thing. They don't last. If they don't last, they switch hands too much. People, and at the end of the day, they end up losing the real authenticity behind what actually started their entire business. That's one thing that I've noticed. But businesses that were started I put them like the businesses that were started through self-introspection, you can see them. That improves. Or the businesses that have leaders that have the qualities where they are very accountable people. You can be able to spot them. Or okay, this business everything everything that they do, they learn from their mistakes. This is what they do. They focus. It's like their focus is on the core of the business. It's not on the outside. I don't know if I'm making sense. Those are the businesses that last for a very long time, for centuries, for decades. Those are the businesses that last for a very long time. But competition-based types of businesses, it's the same as trading. Businesses that were started that way, then it becomes a problem. Why? Because of a trend is not something that is sustainable. That's one thing that I'll let you know. So if the sustainability is not there, if you don't have the capability of always in self-introspecting, you'll feel like your business is falling, and you'll check out because from the beginning you were not there for the long haul. You were there for opportunistic reasons. You had that in this industry that making money, and you jump on that industry. That's your reason why you jump on that industry. So why you didn't make anything from that industry? Why? Because of your mentality is not for that industry. It is not for that. Business is like that. That's one thing I've learned about business. It's like that. Business it's a spiritual connection. That's how I see a business. It's a spirit thing. Because it must come from a core if it will make something. But if it's just a business that is coming out of a popcorn, it's most likely to not survive because it doesn't have any backbone structure to sustain it through the storms or anything. Why? Because of there is no self-introspecting capabilities from whatever leaders maybe that they're handling those businesses. So a business is, that's what a business is. A business is not all about, to me at least, that's how I see it. A business is not about changing money, exchanging money. Real businesses change lives. That's one thing that I can tell you. Real businesses, they change lives. They have a deep meaning. People get fulfillment when they're in those businesses. That's one thing I can know. Even though sometimes they might fail, people won't just take it lightly that those businesses are failing. No. That's when you know you have a business now. You have something concrete. Even when people who are in it, they defend it, that's when you know you have a business. That is general. I mean, it must be a model that self-sustaining and it doesn't get imposed. It's like it must be attached to people. It must be detached to people, but people must still be in it. It's like whenever you are in a business and you see people stressed about the work than the people, that's when you know you have a sustainable business. Because there's abundance of what needs to be done, not abundance of people that you maybe have to satisfy or talk to or create some relationship with. That is not a business. To me, that's how I see it. And if you can check all these businesses that I'm talking about, well, let me put it this way. Some businesses can be like of importance. Maybe they might produce the most important thing. But obviously the leaders that are there, if you look at them, they don't have the capability. Well, let me put it this way. But the problem comes in when they put people in leadership who don't have the same vision as the founder who actually started the business. That's where the problem comes. Because the new guy or the new management will just run it for profit. They will just run it based on competition type of a thing. It will lose its authenticity. Yeah, it will lose its authenticity. A model that works, you don't have to convince yourself. You don't have to shove it in people's mouths. You don't have to shove it in people's throats. If your product is good, it's good. I don't know, but like for me, that's the type of businesses I will invest in, that I'm interested in, or that I have interest in. The business that a model is so perfect, the product is so good, there is no question about it. It's like the product speaks for itself. If the management speaks for the product way too much more than the product, it's not a business to me. It's not a business. It's not a business to me. So even some of you guys will say, okay, Operandi, I have a business or not. I don't think you have a, according to how I think, I don't think you have a business. A product must be so good to a point where you don't have a choice but to have this product because you like the product. You understand? And if we analyze businesses that are like that, they have leaders who spend too many hours, who put too much effort in always developing the product, always developing. It's like iPhone. But now I think it is losing its thing, but hopefully at some point. It's like iPhone. If you can check how iPhone was started, people are obsessed about the product. That's the real business. And how do they get attached to the product? Because of people are fighting. It's like the founders are fighting to improve it. That's the type of model I believe in, to be honest. And it can be applicable in every industry. But if a product is good, a product is good. But in industries where I will invest in some industries where at some point, okay, I call them middle industries, where there's no product facilitation or there's no product modeling or anything of that sort. It is just the issue of reselling and commission-based types of industries. I mean types of businesses. Those are just minor. Those are just by the way type of. Those are not sustained. That's where the competition is high. Commission-based types of. That's where the competition is high, because if you think about it, the real product, these commission-based businesses are the ones fighting to get the real product because they know how good it is. I don't know if I'm making sense. That's when you will have people who will want to resell your product because it's that good. That product is that good. Those are the industries that last forever. Those are the types of businesses that last forever. Not the commission-based product. Those ones, they last normally after a person or few generations. They don't last too much like that. That's one thing I've noticed. Or they don't have a steady income like that. That's one thing I've noticed. Because they are commission-based. They depend. Real estate, if you understand, if you're going to be buying and selling houses, you are commission-based. But if you are the construction guy and you build great houses with finishes that people actually love and like. Though, I mean, the house will sell itself. It's the same, yeah, that's what I'm actually saying. If you build a house that is worth it, it will sell it. It's the same thing. If the house can't sell itself, now the commission, I mean, the real estate agent has to talk on behalf of the house. Even the few houses that we built, we made sure that we build high-scale houses. We make sure that we vet the client to a point where by the time they enter the property, it's already sold. That's the type of mental, models that I believe works very sustainably. Knowing that you don't have to do anything, commit. Just develop the better product. It will sell itself. Why do you have to sell it? Just get it done and it will sell itself. If the product is that good, it will sell itself. So even you, when you are still coming, you must understand these things, that you say you want to do business, but you must be able to identify what type of business you are in. But one thing that I can let you know, the reality of a commission-based business is competition, because you are competing for to sell the same thing. I'm not saying it's a bad business, but I'm saying that those are much more like short-term business. It can form part of your cash flow. It can form part of your portfolio. But overall, whatever that you're actually selling, find a way to better that thing. And then you'll have access to everyone from there. Then you won. What's difficult about it? I don't think there will be a difficult. I don't think it will be difficult like that.